Alright, Schlockmeisters fans, we're going to watch something here I've never seen before. Massage Parlor Murders. Let's check it out. Film starts in a massage parlor.
My name is Sunny. Why don't you sit down and relax?
Thank you. I've never been in a place like this. I don't know what you're supposed to do. I tell you, I'm just a little nervous. I mean, really.
What do you mean? I mean, would you like to see more?
I'd like to see more. Sure, I'd like to see more.
It's going to cost you more.
Well, how much? What do you mean? How much?
Well, if you'd like to see this little red top removed, it's going to cost you $20.
20?
Alright, a guy walks into another massage parlor, picks out a nude woman in the little book they have. It happens to be this woman. And that's how he makes his pick as to who he wants. When he gets her in the massage room, kills her.
Until later.
The cops come to investigate.
You know the type.
That's Officer Rosati on the right.
40s, businessmen from out of town.
Tall, short, fat, bald.
Medium height. Light hair.
This is Gwen, the dead girl's roommate.
Well, it wasn't very pleasant. She was trying to Venus Paradise. Must have been a maniac. Do you remember his name? Where he lived?
Mr. Creepy. Yeah.
Mr. Creepy.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what she used to call him when she came home. Mr. Creepy just paid the rent, and Mr. Creepy just bought her a new dress, you know, right?
So the cops are now hot on the trail of Mr. Creepy. They think it might be this guy. Instantly, this guy was in Salem's Lot. He's the one who put the shotgun in that one guy's mouth. Meanwhile, this is the real Mr. Creepy. And he's off to another massage parlor. He then chokes her. Apparently they find out about this new killing as they're beating up this guy. Realize that he's not Mr. Creepy, so they let him go.
Get out of here.
So they question the
Leisure Plus.
guy at this massage
44th
parlor.
and 7th. 44th and 7th, that's right.
Want to do a little personal investigation?
Shit.
So the other cop, Detective O'Mara, goes undercover at the other place. Turns out there's an orgy going on in the pool. A woman screams, so he thinks he may have found Mr. Creepy. Unfortunately, he's not really dressed, but nonetheless, he's got to chase him. That does not look like Mr. Creepy to me. Our cop looks more creepy, actually. He even commandeers a taxi cab. After a guy crashes his car, he does catch up to him. But he realizes right away, this ain't Mr. Creepy.
Who the hell are you? Are you crazy? You take us up.
He picks out a massage parlor, momentarily becomes a butcher, and
They're standing in front of another naked, dead
then a
woman.
few hours later, girl's found dead. No sound is heard. And nobody sees this guy.
We're on an investigation.
And then Brother Theodore, of all people, shows up.
June 25th and 27th.
Spewing, guess what? Nonsense.
On a Monday and a Wednesday. Precisely.
Tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. near West 96th Street, I shall plunge into the Hudson, and shortly thereafter I shall reappear on the coast of New Jersey as a white swan. It will be America, and there will be dancing in the streets.
They don't appreciate his nonsense and punch him out.
3 girls have been brutally murdered. And right now, you are a prime suspect.
Based on nothing.
If you wish to continue this mumbo-jumbo, we'll just take you downtown and book you.
I was at the Einstein General Hospital.
bleeding ulcers.
Remember Gwen, the roommate of the first victim? Well, she and O'Mara are becoming a couple. Meanwhile, Mr. Creepy finds himself another massage parlor. Another girl. Who quickly becomes our next victim. In between the murder investigation, Detective O'Mara and Gwen have time for a picnic.
That's it! The guy's a religious nut!
Somehow Rosati, who's in church listening to a sermon about the 7 deadly sins, pieces together that that's the connection to the murder. He's killing in the names of the 7 deadly sins. Gotta go tell O'Mara.
Hey, I thought Sunday was the day of rest. I finished resting. He's sending these girls to hell. Why? We're going to a bookstore. I'll tell you on the way. Come on, let's go.
That's right, they're having a bookstore to read up about the 7 deadly sins.
I don't know what the hell half these sins are, but our boy does. The names of the parlors relate to the sins.
All the massage parlors had a deadly sin title in their name, so they run off to a place that has the word lust in the title. But they're too late. And now we see the real Mr. Creepy.
Should I take my top off?
Of course. You want it? It's yours. I want you to put it inside of you.
She throws the oil all over him. He somehow sets himself on fire. And for good measure, our cops come in and shoot him. And that's our movie. All right, let's talk about Massage Parlor Murders. Never seen this movie before. I ordered this recently from Vinegar Syndrome. I think it was their Memorial Day sale, and just decided to pick it up on a whim. It was filmed in 1973. Apparently they did some pickup shots in 1974. It was released on the Grindhouse circuit according to IMDb, and then it disappeared, and it was considered lost for decades until finally somebody unearthed it in 2013, and it popped up again, and now we have a nice Blu-ray of this. It's a very good print, actually, by the way. They cleaned it up well. It looks fantastic. It's basically a slasher movie where this killer is going around New York City, the seedy places in New York City, going to various massage parlors and going in and killing one woman at a time. He goes into a different massage parlor, picks out a new woman, and kills her. We have a couple detectives on the case here. One of them is married. The other one ends up speaking to the roommate of the first victim. She's played by, I think it's Susan Peabody is the actress's name. She was in Last House on the Left. I think she was one of the girls in that movie. Her name is Gwen in this movie. They hit it off. They become a couple. Meanwhile, they're always like 2 steps behind the killer. The killer's just going from one massage parlor to the next and just bumping them off. Well, one day the lead cop is in church and he's listening to a sermon about the 7 deadly sins, and somehow he pieces it together that the killer is using each of the 7 deadly sins to somehow pick out his victims. And some of these massage parlors like have the names, like lust is in the name of the thing. So he figures it out. That's the pattern. And of course he's right, which is absurd, but whatever the case is, that's the pattern. We have a killer who's trying to send women to hell one at a time because of the 7 deadly sins. So they decide they're going to go to a nearby massage parlor. They think that might be next, and they were right, but they're about an hour too late probably, or a few minutes too late, whatever. There's already a dead woman in there. But then they stake out all the other massage parlors nearby, and they're on their way to another one. And then the woman in there, we finally see the killer for the first time. It's somebody we've never seen in the whole entire film before. She like throws some acid or something on him. Something got in his eye, some lotion or some sort of oil. I don't know, some sort of like massage oil, I guess it was. Not acid, it was massage oil. He's like blinded for a second. Then somehow he starts himself on fire. Maybe there was a candle in there. It happened so quickly, I didn't even notice, but I think there was a candle in there, and he starts himself on fire just as the cops burst in, and for good measure, they shoot the guy, and that's basically how our movie ends. The woman got the best of this guy, and he ended up burning to death. But he would have burned to death anyway had the cops not shot him. But there you go. That's Massage Parlor Murders. Again, a cast of pretty much nobody. I clicked on some of the actors and actresses in this movie, and most of them did nothing, little to nothing else other than this movie. Although one of them, I think it was the first victim, or was it the second victim, ended up in Bloodsucking Freaks. She was one of the ladies in the cage in Sardou's basement in that movie. So there you go. Anyway, it is certainly a sleazy grindhouse film. It's you get a lot of good shots of New York City during this time frame, early 70s. There's marquees with movies everywhere. Some of them are seedy movies. Some of them are like real movies. You know, Serpico was playing. Black Belt Jones was playing. You know, Cisco Pike was playing. You just seeing a lot of these movies that I have in my collection. I actually have all three of those movies in my collection. A lot of sleazy stuff too, and stuff where Massage Parlor Murders would have fit right in. So a lot of extras on here too. There's some outtakes. There's some trailers. They also did some location shots, like they went to the locations where these films were shot and showed what they look like now, which I love stuff like that. I kind of do that sometimes when I'm watching movies myself. I'll pull up Google Maps and see if I can find that location, see if they still exist. This movie did that for you. So anyway, that's Massage Parlor Murders. Again, a little relic from the early 70s. Vinegar Syndrome has cleaned this up incredibly. It looks great. A movie like this doesn't deserve to look this good, but it does. There you go. Check it out. Massage Parlor Murders. I'll leave a link to something down below if you want to buy it, and you should. It's a pretty good one. Check it out. Leave some comments. Massage Parlor Murders. Watch it. Bye. Also known as Massage Parlor Hookers.